All right, got another reveal. PSA order. And looks like, I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing, but the packing slip is no longer in the box. They got this just laid in there. 3 boxes. I already took them out. And I think it just depends on the grader, who's packaging these things up, to be honest with you. But I like the no tape, no labels, no nothing on the boxes. These are good boxes, great for shipping. So PSA, keep it up. Hopefully they stick with that. And instead of having the order paperwork in the actual final box, they got it in one of those little packing slip sleeves. So this one is 50 cards, and this one was $12 a card. So this one was sent a while ago. So let's get into it and let's see how we did. They're all mixed up. A chunk of these are my brother-in-law's, and then the rest are mine. So we'll go through them, no specific order. We'll start with a few that did not graded, minimum size requirement. That's usually the reason here. Let's see. 94 Bowman Jeter. And then Classic Best Gold. Both minimum sized. Let's check them out. Let's see. Let's see how bad these things really are. All right, let's grab some random tops. And you could feel how these are, if in fact they are undersized. You'll be able to tell right away. I just like to take a stack of fresh cards, put them right in the middle, and you can usually feel that these are smaller. So it looks like maybe the Bowman, but I'm not sure on this other one. Yeah. But who knows? Yeah, this does look like it's, as it sits here flush, yeah, you can see. You can see the white right there, all across, and you can feel it. You can close your eyes and feel that, but you can see that white line right there. That's the bottom of that card. So maybe it is a little bit undersized, but again, I don't think anyone's trimming a second-year Jeter to get a $40, $50 card, but who knows? Who knows? I don't even know if this is mine or my brother-in-law's, but whatever. We'll put that to the side. This one I know is his for sure. Pretty clean card, little chipping on the right edge, but whatever. Okay, moving on. So those are those. And what sucks is, you know, PSA does charge once you get the that level of the grading. Once it gets through the grading stage, stage 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's enough processing there, I guess, where they just figure, hey, we're charging you no matter what. All right, so this is the stack from 3 boxes. Let's pull this over. And no specific order, but we're going to go through these one at a time, see how we did. So this one's got a little bit thicker case, as you can see, the thickness there. They still stack up, which is great. Even the different size PSA cases, they still will stack with the thin ones. I do like that about PSA's cases. So, Emmitt Smith. Get rid of that glare. Action packed in an 8. Next up, we've got Jeter in a 9. Bowman's Best, the blue. This background here is, I think there's a blue and a red. I don't know if there's a gold or anything else, but yeah, not bad in a 9. Here's a nice rookie. Dickerson in an 8. Man, it's a good looking 8. Get rid of this glare somehow. Okay, there we go. Man, look at the gloss on that thing. Well centered, nice corners. And this is the difference with grading, guys. If you see this, I mean, that's a strong 8. I'd pick that up all day for the price of an 8. Save a bunch of money. Looks like a 9 all day to me. Mancini in the orange jersey variation. I think he was comeback player of the year last year. After the cancer, I believe. And a 10. Next up, we got Blake Snell. Now, this is a 16 chrome update. I don't think 16 had a regular full box. You had to get a couple packs in the update boxes. You got regular paper, and then you got a few packs, 2 or 3 of the chrome. I believe that's how those came in the megas. I don't know if they had a full release in 16 of the update for chrome. I don't think they did, but that's how I pulled these. So Snell and a 10. The Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, Upper Deck 9. Another Frank Thomas. This one got a 6. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see it right here. Try to focus for you guys. There it is right there, right above his hat. So there's a line right on the surface. So accurate grade, there it is right there. You can see the line going up and down. Nice surface mark, that's all. The rest of the card's pretty damn sharp, so that's why a 6 jumped out at me and did not look appropriate. The back is pretty clean too. But yeah, so have to get on my brother-in-law about that. Got to take a closer look at these things. Gwynn in an 8, nicely centered. You can almost see that like marble texture, minus that light in my dining room. Right there. That texture that all Topps cards have from the 80s. Nice glare. There we go. You can see almost the gloss on this card. So, card's in great shape. Awesome centering. Let's see, these corners look pretty good. Little touch on this one right here. Bottom left. Yeah, top corners are really nice. These two got a little touch on them, but still nicely centered. Pretty good looking 8. All right, let's see what we got next. Brandon Nemo. Is it Nemo or Nemo? And a 9. What do we got here? Ripken and an 8. Not bad. I think I sent a bunch of those in a different order. Draft pick foil bonus, Jeter, and a 6. I mean, let's see. Yeah, hard to say. There's a line right here going through the card. And this top row, that's what it is. This top row almost looks like it's been crimped. Not crimped, but like folded. Probably during the cutting process, if I fold it just like that, right there, you could see all along that top edge. It's almost like it's lifted. The sides aren't like that, either side or the bottom. And there's a little bit of a slight lift to that corner, so that's accurate. All right, next up, traded Griffey in a 7. Now, before you get on the comments, some guy commented not too long ago, which I don't mind, you know, asked me why am I grading $2 and $3 and $4 cards, whatever. It's just like this card. No one knows where this card came from. This card's been around since '89, and it's been in my brother-in-law's collection, I believe. This is his. He's got this card, and I think a 9 and a 10. So, but this is the one he's had for a long, long time. Obviously, for, you know, we're 40, 41 now. So he's had that card for 30 plus years, and people are, you know, like, since when is it a thing to tell people like how to spend your money? I mean, it must be nice to have no problems and just, you know, you're just worried about how everybody else spends their money. And all these people, they're just commenting and grading. It's like, it's ridiculous. I've been grading way before this card boom and been doing this for a long, long time. It's laughable sometimes, you know, the way that people view the hobby. And it's always about the money and about the flip. And you got to make this on a card. You got to make that on a card. Top 5, sneaky play, blah, blah, blah. God, it's disgusting. It's trash. I mean, whatever. I can go on and on and on. just ranting. It's just, I like it when the market's down because collectors are around and they're always going to be here. And the people that love the hobby for what it is, the good and the bad, you know, they don't go. They just stay. They just go through the ups and downs. But the other people just come and go. And this isn't directed towards, you know, my last video and the last guy comment, you know, because me and him went back and forth a few times. And it's great. You know, I don't mind that. That's what it's all about. Posting a video to get people's reaction and see what people think. There's a nice Ortiz and a 10, the Bowman's Best. It's nice to get people's view on things, but, you know, he had an honest question, and I gave him an honest answer. You know, sometimes the card doesn't really necessarily have to be worth a bunch of money. People just like to get them slabbed, whether it grades a 1, authentic, or a 10. It doesn't really matter. They just want it graded. They want it slabbed. They want to be able to display it however they wish, and that's the main reason. A couple of these story cards. This was all out of the these mini boxes that I broke. Yeah, exactly. These ones are definitely mine. Here we go. Story. Man, he just had, what, 3 homer night and then followed up with a grand slam? I think that was Story, yeah. So anyway, I'll get back to my rant shortly. This is the running variation out of that same product, a 10 and a 9. So not bad on those two. And then this one I like because it had Arenado in there as well. Rookie debut card and a 9. And this is the, I guess he's got, maybe this is the base and this is the image variation. Because they're all out of Update. All of these cards are from Update. So he's got 3 releases in Update, at least that I see here. So anyway, this one got a 10. So nice to have those. I do have some of his Bowman rookies. But yeah, what a great night. I believe it was 3 home runs, and then he followed up the next day with a grand slam. So there we go. And then Seager was driving that product up because how well he played the past couple of years. So there's Seager and a 9. I think that's why I broke some of this stuff, though. Here's one of my favorite pitchers. We got a great deal from him. I didn't want to see him go. He's a great pitcher. Yeah, Clevenger and a 10. Happy to have that one. But he's no longer with the Indians, so there's a Blake Snell and a 10. And this is the debut. We've got a Seager here, All-Star and a 9 with the rookie logo, Home Run Derby. Wilson Contreras and a 9. And here's a nice Carlos Correa and a Gem Mint 10. Yeah, these were all pack pulled by me last year. I opened up, I think it was a half a case or so. I kept a bunch of boxes, but I ended up ripping a bunch myself. Blake Snell, here's another of the debuts, and a 10, so a 9 and a 10 total for those two. And here's a Tim Anderson. Always like that pose. It's a nice rookie card. Got that one in a 10. Here is a Cal Ripken rookie. So we got 1-7 and 1-8. These are all clean copies. Obviously, the centering on this one, top to bottom, is what did me in here. There's a little bit of a print mark, I believe. No, that's on the case. This corner right here is a little soft, little touch here, but off top to bottom. So they got that one in a 7. Next up, we got Ji-Man Choi in a 9. And we got a Contreras. This one got a 10. So 1-9 and 1-10. 1 for 2 on those. Amora in the pinstripe variation. This one got a 10. And Cody. What a bounce back year. It saved everybody's Cody collections. I know everyone had, you know, tons of cards of his and was buying them. And yeah, he fell off. But that was due to that injury coming back. He just wasn't right. But he's playing a lot better now, looking like his old self. So it's a nice Cody in a 9. Here's another one from that release that I pulled. Snell in the update, pitching variation. I think I got 3 or 4 of those different ones. So not sure which one is the SP or the variation. That's his, if it's just an image variation or it's a true short print. But usually they have the SP But if it says pitching or batting or swinging, it's typically just an image variation. Here's another Snell in a 9. A couple of 9s there. The Cobra. Dave Parker rookie. This one got a 6. Not a bad looking card. Pretty well centered left to right. Off just a hair top to bottom. But let's see. This one got a 6. See if we could see anything noticeable. Yeah, this corner right here has got a little bit of a rolled edge. It's hard to see, you know. It's just not as sharp, I bet, when it's sitting raw out of the case. But well centered, clean, not a bunch of chipping. You know, this glare sucks, so excuse that part. Yeah, this is, and again, when you're looking at numbers, if you just close that off and ignore that and just look at the card, that's a nice looking card. And then you see the 6 and you say, wow, that's a strong 6. So, I mean, I've got, here, let's see. This is, here's a good example. This is a 52 Dobie. I mean, this card's beautiful. My 4.5 Feller, I think I've got a 7. Doesn't even come close. The 7, my 4.5 Feller looks way nicer than the 7 just because of the centering. But this card is amazing. I don't care if this card comes back a 1, a 5, a 7, a 3. It doesn't matter. This card just holds up better to a lot of examples out there. So I love it. Here's a good example here. Peel this up. Strong card, right? Off left to right. But this is a sharp, very sharp Brooks Robinson, and it's below the 80/20, so it'll be fine. It's not going to get an OC grade most likely. There's plenty of white on here on the left, and even if it does, I wouldn't be mad. But this is an example. If you take this card, let's say this gets a 6, a straight 6, and this was the same exact card with this centering, and this was a 4, I'd rather have this personally all day as a 4. Now, there's other collectors that are completely opposite. They're worried about the edges, corners, registration, the focus, all that stuff. It all plays in, but who's that? God, what is his name? Baseball collector, investor, dealer. He's got a ton of followers. Great channel, very knowledgeable. He even said himself he'd rather have that card versus this, you know, comparing like a 6 to a 4. Because of the edges, the color, registration, etc. You know, here's a Mantle, very similar. You know, little thin left to right, but the top to bottom, it's pretty darn nice. So, yeah, it's all in your preference and what you like. To be honest with you, I personally, I'd rather have a card that just has a little bit of that toning, that maybe that cream color versus the sharp white. I see some of these cards in 8s and 9s, which I can never afford in some of these, and they look fake to me. They're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but to me, and I've also seen and been a part of breaks where they're opening up, you know, vintage cards fresh out of the pack from 6 months ago that are 50, 60 years old, and they have that cream color look to them. They're coming out of the pack 6s, 7s, and 8s at best. So I don't know. That's my take on those. Sometimes I see these cards and I just wonder, like the T206s that, yeah, they were sitting in a cardboard box in the back of a dresser and someone found them and it was an estate, etc. And there's all those stories, the Black Swamp find. I look at those and it's like, they just scream like they were printed yesterday. But anyway, so moving on. Nice Ortiz in a 10. And I think these cards that I'm going through, you know, and here's a good idea, getting back to my rant earlier about, you know, why are you grading these cards? Well, you know, these are the cards that my brother-in-law collected. This is one of his favorite players. I mean, he pulled this out of his binder, you know, 20 plus 30, whatever, this 20-some years old, and then, you know, boom, it's a 10. Now, obviously, it's a chrome stock. It holds up a little bit better. It's a stronger card stock, but, I mean, boom, right there. Beautiful 10. You know, and then those 6s and 7s, he has no intentions on selling them. So, you know, the fact that we spent, you know, I think the one guy's comment was about, you know, couldn't believe you spent $30 a card. Well, you got to know where we're at with these. Number one, regardless if it's 30 or it's 100 a card, if that's what you want to spend your money on, that's fine. These are $12 a piece. You know, I've been sending in thousands and thousands of cards through PSA, and people that are watching these videos, whether it's, you know, mine or someone else that has, you know, a ton of views and a ton of followers, I just wish everybody would just say, grade what the hell you want and collect what you want and stay away from all that videos of, buy this, buy that, top this, top that. If you have to go to a video and watch what to buy and what to collect, I mean, you don't go out to eat and say, let me sell you this sandwich. You know, I'm going to sell you this item on my menu right now because we have, you know, 500 of these in the back and I got a discount on them. You don't do that with anything else in life. So why would you start with cards, whether it's investing or collecting or whatever you're doing, or even if you're flipping? You know, buy this, buy this. I want to do a rebuttal video to like every single video out there that it just brings so much negativity to the hobby, because people will pump their money into that and then poof, they're gone. You know, I mean, Spencer Torkelson, you know, great player, right? Awesome first round pick, hype, hype, hype. And he may be the best player in the world come next year and then have a great 20-year career. But would you rather put your money into $1,000 Torkelson or $1,000, let's say, Mookie Betts or Trout or a vintage player or someone up and coming that has had nothing but a steady career like Devers, who I think is probably one of the better, most underrated players out there that doesn't get a lot of hobby love, and that's fine by me because I collect him and I think he's great and I'll keep buying. Same thing with Machado. He's another one that's having a great year, MVP year. Classic best and a 7. Let's see what happened here. Machado, yeah, great player, and you know, he's got some stains on his career, I guess, you know, because of the way he is on the field or his attitude or some of the fights he's been into, but his play on the field is amazing. So, and he's been steady. Other than his rookie year, he's just been steady after that. So yeah, you can clearly see on this one, the top left right here, if I can get that to focus in, and then this little bottom left side has a small rolled edge, is what I like to call them. It almost looks like, it's not a rolled corner or a bend corner, it's just like the edge is kind of like flared down or flared up. So both of those, that's what you gotta look for on these. And these white ones are, I mean, God, that's pretty easy to grade. It's almost like a 92 score, or his 93 score rookie. Tim Anderson, a second 10. And Jesse Winker, what a great season last year. And a 9, this is the white jersey variation. Here's a nice Tom Brady. This one got a 7. I think my brother-in-law said he was looking for a 7 or an 8. But you could see the white corner here. He knew what he was getting into right there. Let's see if I could put something darker behind this. Let me grab my other phone. Yeah, it's hard to say. But yeah, you can see the white corner. It clearly shows. Let's see, is that on the case? Yeah, it's on the case. Surface doesn't look too bad. Little touch up here in this corner. You can see that white right there. That'll focus. Yeah, there you go. You can see the black background. Yeah, a little bit of white on the edge here. You know, you take away these white corners, you may have a nice strong 8 or 9. But still a clean card, no scratch surfaces. The back here, same thing. Same corner, though. That's on the front right. That's the worst corner of them all. And you can see a little bit of that white showing right there. There we go. So, still not bad. And again, these cards are, what's that, 2000? So, yeah. So, 20-plus-year-old card sitting in his binder or whatever. And this one, I'm not sure, you know, centering-wise, how they look at these, but this one got a 6, so it's hard to say without diving into it. But it's not mine. It's my brother-in-law's, and he'll be happy with it because it's his. That's the way he looks at it, so good for him. Good for him and that attitude, huh? Who we kidding? That card's a piece of shit. Okay, moving on. Minor league, Jeter, and an 8, upper deck. Yeah, same thing. Little soft corner up here on the left. Little touch on those corners will do it. That'll bring you down. Hard to get 10s on these. And you can see it's almost like it's a little rounded. Just not as sharp. That's all right, though. Still got an 8. And let's see what else we got in here. Is this the same card? No, this is Jeter. This is Yankees top prospects. This is the minor league. These are some nice Jeter cards you can get into even in the 10s for a pretty affordable price. But 8s and 9s really affordable if you're a Jeter collector. So not bad. I like the minor league stuff myself. Most of it doesn't hold a lot of value compared to the regular stuff, but going back to the 80s players like the Ripkins and things like that, where they only had one minor league card, Puckett, Sanders, all those guys, or Sandberg, all those guys, those are pretty expensive in 10s, even in 9s in some cases. Here's the Seager and the throwing variation with the All-Star game, also out of that same box. Yeah, I think I ripped a half a case, to be honest with you, because I pulled quite a bit of stuff. And here is another Corey Seager in a 10. This is the Chrome debut. I do like this. This is one of my favorite Chrome products. It's not really, it's a chromium stock, but it's not that full hollow look. It just has this background. But all this is the same on all cards where it's solid. So this is one of my favorite Chrome products of all time for Topps. Here's another Sunshine, Mike Clevenger in a 10. So I got a couple of those. Maybe my brother-in-law will want one of those too. And then we got the last one up is a Mike Trout. This is, I guess, horizontal. I guess there's another variation. This is just the All-Star card. But yeah, who knows? When, you know, I'm not going to start going through why these cards are 9s and not 10s, and you know, strong 10s and weak 10s. But you know, anything this packed fresh stuff, I'm pulling nothing but 9s and 10s. That's just what you expect. If you're getting anything less, you're just doing something wrong. So it's not SGC, it's not PSA, it's not the grader, it's not a bad day, it's not subjective this and that. That new stuff is pretty straightforward, unless you really have something wrong with the card. And then last up here is a nice Manning Rookie Encore Gold, and this one got an 8. And I think he's had this card for a long, long time. And I believe this one's number 2. Yeah, so you got a little touch in that bottom right corner. Let's see if I could show this better. Yeah, there we go. You can see that white corner there. And it's hard on this foil stock. That's like, yeah, just a touch there. But really, it's just that bottom right corner. Otherwise, this is a pretty clean card. This is numbered 194 out of 500. Wow. That's a pretty low number. I wasn't collecting any, I don't collect much football at all, to be honest with you, but I definitely wasn't paying attention to this stuff in 1998. But still, that's a nice card. And he's had this one for forever too, along with the rest of these. So here's one of my recent pickups. 80 BBC E-Box for my Topps run. I'm going to show that off shortly. I am one box away from 1980 to current. One box from Series 1, Series 2, traded 1980 and all the way up. So I think I'm going to do a video of that and have to pull out those boxes and share them with you guys, show those off. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Pulled this one out, sitting in my, not junk box, but I think a purple sold for like, to number to 250, sold for like 40-something bucks. Reed Detmers, you know, I think it was second or third start, no hitter. So congrats to him. That's always good for baseball. Pitcher's getting some love. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like the video. If you have any thing that you're interested in, minus the stuff that I kind of mentioned that with my brother-in-law's, everything else will be for sale. And I said this many times, I'm just so damn busy and lazy probably to put a lot of this stuff back up on my site. I just rather have people contact me directly, and we'll sell to you that way. It's just easier, you know. A lot of people contact me, tell me what they like, who they PC, whether it's a certain team, certain player, whatever. And then when I get orders, I just will photograph some stuff for you and send you an email. And the more you buy, the better the deal is. And it's just easier to do that way because it takes quite a bit of time. Like uploading to eBay, things like that. That all takes time and then takes a bunch of money. So being able to sell it at a cheaper rate, not having to pay eBay fees and things like that, rather give people that are buying off me a break because it's the same price in return to me. So please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening to those rants, and remember, just collect whatever the hell you want. That's the best advice anybody can give you. Just do what you want, be yourself, collect what you enjoy and what makes you happy. All right, guys, till next time.